Oh, this looks fantastic. It's got a wonderful aroma. You get strong notes from the coriander there, but just an overall herbal, sort of medicinal aroma. This is a beautifully fragrant soup. Okay, so we have arrived at Ayamya. They are a 100% halal ramen restaurant, of course. Creamy chicken ramen is their specialty. Now it's dinner time, the sun is set. I'm totally ready for a creamy, rich meal of chicken ramen for dinner. Let's go inside to Ayamya, follow me. All right, so instead of a menu here, we have a ticket machine. This is where you make your ramen selections. Now, there are a number of different choices. Everything here is 100% halal and chicken-based. A couple of things to consider, but here, I'll first put in my money. Got 1,050 yen because I know exactly what I'm ordering. We've got some spicy ramen here on the left-hand side. We've got shoyu and shio, or soy sauce and salt seasoned. I'm gonna go for the shio, which is salt seasoned. And I'm gonna add a soft-boiled egg on top of that because why not? All right, got my tickets here. Gonna hand it over. Onegaishimasu. Onegaishimasu. Gozaimasu. All right, so just gave my ticket to the staff here at Ayamya, waiting for my ramen to be made, and I'm excited. This is a place I've been to before. They're known for their creamy chicken ramen. And of course, they're 100% halal, no pork in the broth, no alcohol as well. Chicken-based soup, that also includes some vegetables. But this one's gonna be on the creamier side, the richer side, compared to the previous place that we just visited. So a little bit heavier, but not too heavy. Deliciously creamy though, I have to say. I've got Ayamya's signature creamy chicken ramen in front of me with a salt seasoning. And you can see it's got a very bright golden color, and I'm gonna break that up a little bit with that first sip of soup here. Look at that, beautiful soup. All right, here we go, first sip of soup. Very different in style from the previous place that we visited. It's got a wonderfully rich, creamy chicken flavor. It's so delicious and full of flavor, but it's not heavy at the same time. It's not as thick as it could be, just the right amount of rich creaminess. And you can clearly see I'm addicted to the soup here. I haven't even gotten to the noodles. I just keep drinking the soup. Oh, very good. So the soup is, of course, chicken-based, and with this style of ramen, normally they boil the chicken bones for a longer period of time just to get those bones more part of the broth, usually on high heat. Noodles are a little bit flatter, but still pretty thick. That relatively thick soup, I'm sure, is clinging to those noodles perfectly. Rich chicken flavor, beautiful. And as you can see, they put a lot of negi, or green spring onions, on top. So here, I managed to pick up some of that green and white negi there. Yeah, you don't have to exactly aim for that like a claw machine, but it is nice when you get the softer noodles, again, with some toppings that are maybe a little bit more crunchy, a little bit more crispy, let's say, in terms of texture. Now, I have done just that, and if I keep talking, maybe I'll lose the negi, so I'm gonna dive in as long as I have it right now. So the noodles in this bowl, picking up that richer and creamier chicken soup, are on the flatter side, a little bit flat, and I would say about medium thick. Compared to the previous ramen shop that we went to, of course, here they're more thinner and a little bit softer and more delicate. And they're really soaking up that creamy chicken broth. But they, of course, have nice bounce to them and are still very filling. On to the toppings. And I think the topping that I like to highlight here, unlike the previous place where you had slices of beef, we've got chicken chashu slices here. Beautiful slice of chicken breast, nice and soft. This is a halal ramen restaurant. A lot of the time you'll see pork. Here they change it up with chicken, and I think this very much matches the chicken soup. And this style of chicken ramen is often called Tori Paitan. And they get it this creamy by boiling the chicken bones on high heat for a long period of time. This is not like a light, let's say sometimes 3-hour boil where you have like a clear chicken soup. This is thicker and creamier. Can't forget the egg, of course. And who can say no to a nice creamy egg with that jammy center? That's what we have right here. I'm gonna have some of that. They always ask, right, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Technically, I ate the chicken first, egg coming second. And here we go, left hand. It was so nice and soft boiled that I had trouble with the chopsticks picking it up. I just used the spoon, tried to shovel it in my mouth that way. Very good egg, of course, delicious. So as a summary on this bowl, we have a beautiful 100% of course chicken halal ramen soup, creamy, rich in flavor and held up by a salt seasoning. Now that salt seasoning is light and bright, let's say, and it really allows those chicken flavors to stand out. Now for the noodles, we have semi-thick noodles that are on the flatter side, and they do a really nice job of soaking up that rich chicken broth. Now keeping the chicken theme, of course, we've got chicken breast slices, as well as a generous amount of both green and white negi or spring onions, and crunchy raw onions alongside those spring onions. On top of that, we can't forget the egg there, which is beautifully runny, soft, and maybe as a pro tip, I would recommend using your spoon. A little bit harder to grab with the chopsticks because it's so beautifully runny and soft. Overall, a wonderful bowl of 100% chicken halal ramen here at Ayamya. And yeah, that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video, Japan by Food and the ramen series. And if that's the case, yeah, please let us know in the comments, consider subscribing, and also in the comments, maybe let us know which ramen you really want to try from the two that we showcased today. This is Frank signing out. Again, hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, hope to see you in the next ramen video from Japan by Food. Thanks for tuning in.